I see a lot of people downplaying the traffic of ChatGPT or Perplexity or these other LLMs that they can track. It's cautionary when they're downplaying it, especially if you're talking to someone who offers a service that fits their point of view. You've got to be careful because it's easy to get stuck in this one-dimensional trap of it's good, it's bad, especially with AI. People are very passionate. I've been called both someone who won't shut up about AI, but then also an AI doomer. And I think that that's hilarious. But we got to be really mindful of the fact that the consumer behavior behind the tech is changing. The expectations of what happens when you type into the prompt box versus the Google search box are going to start blending together. Google came out with AI mode. It's now more widely being distributed throughout the world. It's now in their app. They've released it in the Chrome browser. Like, it's happening. And so if we look at discovery, you can see in your Google Search Console that people are using longer tail keywords than they ever have before. In some cases, it's an entire sentence. If you know, my parents and my brother and sister, like they're using ChatGPT and stuff like that. And it's not even like something that would normally be on their radar. And so when you start to consider how all the user behavior changes behind the tech are starting to happen, it makes it really important for you to consider what that means for your marketing, for your website, for how you get more eyeballs to your brand overall. It's easy for folks to say, oh, it's only 5% of the overall market share. That's 1 in 20 people, right? But what if it's changing the behavior and the expectations of the humans, and your marketing, your website, your brand is not set up to have those conversations in an eloquent way? That's the question that I want you to look at. Take a look at your top 25 website pages. And if at all possible, try to remove your blog articles and stuff like that out of it. Look at those top 25 pages and look at the source of the split of the traffic that's coming. I want you to keep special attention on the organic search, the direct traffic, and the referrals overall. In the referrals, you should see Perplexity and ChatGPT as referrals. What you don't see is Google AI mode. What you don't see is Bing's Copilot. You're not going to see these other tools right now because they're blended into either Google search and or direct traffic. The lion's share of some of the signals is going to be around ChatGPT. You're going to see a decline if you look at your top 25 pages overall versus a year ago. You're going to see a decline in overall traffic, most likely, for the service pages. The thing that people are sleeping on is the key pages that people are going to see. Look at the order of traffic and the splits. Compare direct traffic amongst those top 25. Compare the organic search across those top 25 and look at how much traffic you're getting. Now, you can prioritize that content on those top 25 pages and understand which pages are more important or less important than others. That'd be a very important exercise for you to do. If you look at the referral traffic and where the LLMs are driving you, even if it's a percentage of that overall traffic, you are going to start to see and be able to put the story together of, fill in the blank persona. What are they seeking if they come to this page as your first page visit? You could also filter that, by the way. You could filter first page visits versus others. Now, when you start to look at this, you start to be able to assess your overall website structure and imagine what happens if the user got to that page and that page was the entire representation of your brand. You can also dig deeper into other analytics in regards to like, did they go to another page after this one? What was the next page path? The reality is you're going to see some pretty jarring changes if you compare the last 12 months to the previous 12 months. The insights are there. The insights in regards to, is my content the right content for the audience that's searching in this way? Are these pages the right pages that should be reviewed? And then you get to figure out what kind of conversions are we looking at across these pages. In a lot of cases, the pages that are going to be driving you traffic are not the pages that drive you conversions. And if that's the case, you've got work to do. We've got to think about how we can articulate that traffic coming in, making sure they get the right information, and then making sure that they're able to pass it along. One of the biggest things I'm concerned about for companies overall is that the LLMs presenting and crafting that information are providing what the next step looks like better than your website page that they're referencing. The call to action today is to review your analytics, look at your overall pages, especially your new visits, and look at the top 25 pages of your website, and then see how that compares to the previous 12 months. Look at the ebbs and flows, look at the bobs and weaves. This is more than just the LLM traffic. This is also going to be a really good representation of how your brand is showing up.